welcome to today's virtual hub. My name's Claire at Dundee Carer Centre, and today I'm talking with Matthew at Scarf Dundee. Hi, Matthew.
Hi there, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you very much for joining me today. I understand yourself and everybody else in the team will be quite snowed under with everything that's going on, so I do appreciate you taking the time.
No problem at all, no problem at all. Yes, we're getting busier by the day.
I bet you are. Well, Matthew, I've just got some questions today, if that's okay. And it's just questions that I think will be on a lot of people's lips at the moment. So should we say, so if you could take just a wee while to answer these questions, I'd appreciate that. For everybody who's watching today, if you do have any questions for Matthew, please put them in the comment section below, or you can direct message us, and we'll make sure that Matthew and the team are sent the questions across, and we'll hopefully be able to answer them for you. Okay.
Yep.
So Matthew, could you tell me a bit about Scarf and the support that's available, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So Scarf was started in about 1985. We are a registered charity and also basically a startup, a social enterprise. The main aims of Scarf when it was founded was to eradicate fuel poverty. Now, obviously, I think we'll all agree that we're up against it a little bit.
Yeah.
But what we do is we provide basically energy advice across essentially the whole of North East Scotland. As time goes on, more local authorities look to Scarf to try and support them and the people that live within their local authorities with energy efficiency advice. So that's a large part of what we do. What else we do is we sort of manage local authority energy efficiency schemes and grants on behalf of the local authorities. Okay. So when we make contact with customers, however that is, we will always try and assess them for schemes and grants to see if we could try and help them with improving the energy efficiency of their property physically. If we can't do that, then like I said, a lot of energy advice to try and help cut down and lower those bills. A large part of what we concentrate on as well is lowering those carbon emissions that you'll probably have heard loads about. Each property can easily, cut down on their carbon footprint, their carbon emissions that are being sent out. So by cutting down energy levels use, that cuts down on energy carbon emissions. So yeah, that's a large part of what we do. Basically, we could also help people be put in touch with other organisations where they might be able to get interest-free loans to increase the energy efficiency of the property and stuff like that as well. So yeah, that's essentially what we do.
It's a wide range of things you do, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. We cover anything energy related. I like to say that Scarf's like a one-stop shop when it comes to sort of energy matters. If we can't help you physically here, then we'll know somebody that can. And we like to think of ourselves as just another partner creating a network of help for people that are out there. Energy is obviously a large part of that, but if we feel like there's somebody that would be better suited to help people in a certain way, then we will try and refer them or converse with those people and get that help for them as well.
Which is really good for people to hear, because I think when it comes to stuff like this, people are worried they're going to get passed from organisation to organisation. So if it's one person dealing with it right through, that could lessen people's anxieties about trying to get in touch with in the first place, isn't it? So
absolutely,
yeah.
I think the reality of the situation is there actually is a lot of help out there. I feel, but people don't know about it and they don't know where to look. So I feel like it's paramount for charities like ourselves to be able to network and partner with other charities so that we could create that network to best support people in as many ways as we can.
Definitely. Thank you. Now, like everybody knows what's going on just now, I think the question a lot of our viewers will have is about the rising energy costs, and a lot of people that's quite scary for a lot of people, and they'd be wanting to know possibly what's available to them help-wise. Is there something that Scarf can help with people who maybe have got some worries or anxieties about the rise in fuel bills? Is that something you can assist with?
Absolutely. So, I mean, at minimum, Scarf is always going to be able to give you advice on the best way to go about handling your energy usage, the costs, and things like that. I know that for most people, just paying for your energy bills is not their number one priority. Let's be honest. It's something that we'll all have to deal with, and you just kind of get on with it when you move into your first property. Nobody really gives it a lot of thought. Obviously, now it's at the forefront. It has always been a struggle for a lot of people. But day on day now, there's more and more people that are really feeling the pinch. And it's not just the energy costs that are going up, as we're all aware. It's literally all costs that are going up, and it all has a knock-on effect. So, like I said, at the very least, Scarf will be able to give you advice on the best thing to do. We can also mediate if you have issues with your fuel provider. If you feel anxious and worried, which so many people do when it comes to their fuel provider, they don't know where to turn. Scarf has that level of expertise that we will be able to tell you, hopefully in a more considerate way than maybe sometimes the fuel providers. We will be able to tell you what your rights are, what help might be out there. And if you need the level of support, one-on-one support that is, then we should be able to offer you that as well. I will say, obviously, with every day we are getting busier and busier, so we're struggling to keep up with that demand. But on a general basis, from the point I make contact with an individual, I feel like it's my role and my job to help them to the end of that journey until I cannot physically help them anymore. If there's a case that is ongoing and it takes time, then it takes time. We won't just, give you that one piece of advice and then you're out the door again. If we feel like we could support you further and long term, then we will try and facilitate and do that for you as well.
Good, because I think as like you say, people just pay for their electricity, their gas, and go on with it. But now there's all these words like price cap and all these things that come into it. People like it's jargon to a lot of people. They don't understand it, and I think that's why people get quite anxious, because they don't understand what people are speaking about. Because before it was fixed, or it was whatever variable, and I think now there's all these new terminologies coming in as well.
Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, like I was no energy expert before I started here. I was somebody that was largely clueless and didn't know anything about it. You almost default into doing what the energy provider tells you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, that is the default for most people. What I'll say is people that are on low income, they are usually pretty good at being very energy efficient because they have to be.
Yeah.
The people that will probably find a real big sort of hit to begin with will be the people that are pretty relaxed with their energy. I'll be honest with you. They're going to get probably quite a shock, especially now that the new prices have started just at the start of this month. When they do open their next bill, I'm sure that they will get quite a shock, and it might not be until that time that they do think about ways to start saving on gas and electric. But the other end of that spectrum is obviously those people that are already deciding whether to heat the house or eat. They are already cut right back, and there's fuel poverty, and then there's going into extreme fuel poverty when they might be spending 20-30% of their overall monthly income just to try and have electric in the meter to get them by. And, it's going to be really difficult for those people. So, yeah, it is going to affect everybody. There's no doubt about that.
No, definitely. And you spoke about earlier on about people just be a bit more savvy about the house, cutting back certain things or doing some things differently just to make things feel a bit better. Is that something a Scarf could do? Could you go into people's homes? I don't know about the regulations with that just now, but is that something you can offer just to give people a bit of an idea?
Yeah, so just to make it clear, my team within Scarf is called the Home Energy Advice Team, or HEAT Team, if you like. We offer a home visit service as well as, and it depends what the customer wants, really. We're trying to facilitate as many people as possible. And obviously, during COVID and stuff, we had to change our tact. But historically, the HEAT Team did home visits. That's what we do, home energy advice. So we could come out to your property. We can take details from you, assess you for schemes and grants to see if you meet the criteria for those. But we could also essentially do a walk round of your property, find out on a day-to-day basis, how you use that energy, your electric, your gas, your storage heaters. Are you using them correctly? Is there ways to save energy? I would think that, like I said, unless you're at really low income and essentially you're really cut back as it is, pretty much everybody could be more energy efficient, myself included.
Yeah.
Since April, I've been really careful, to be honest with you, with my usage. And a lot of it is stuff that people have heard before. Don't leave appliances switched on at the wall if you're not using them. It does make a difference. Turning your heating down by just 1 degree over the course of a year could save you maybe £90. And that was at the old rate, not before the price hike. So it could be more than £100 a year it's saving you simply by turning your heating down by 1 degree. Storage heaters in Dundee and surrounding northeast, they're everywhere. The amount of people that probably know how to use them correctly and efficiently, I wouldn't like to hazard a guess as to what that percentage is, but we have that expertise to be able to come into your property and explain to you so that you've got that absolute crystal clear understanding of how it works and how it will best work for you. So yeah, we could offer that service.
That
Absolutely.
sounds good. Yeah. I know, I suppose you said there is a bit of a backlog just now. You will be inundated with a lot of referrals, I suppose.
Yes.
So people just need to remember that, and I suppose you'll get there when you get there with
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that we're not the only charity that is being absolutely pounded by calls and people looking for help. We understand that, and we're not angry about it at all. We just cannot simply get through enough people quick enough. And because of the type of service that we offer, because it's not just a one and done service that we offer, things take time. When I make contact with a customer, I will try and do as much as I could do for as long as it takes with that customer. Obviously, I'll try and do it in a timely manner. But if there is issues with fuel providers, we are beholden to their timescales, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We really cannot push things along. If there's complaints have to go to the ombudsman and stuff, they can take easily months.
Yeah.
So absolutely. We'll do what we can.
Okay. So I suppose, Matthew, is there any financial support available through yourself? That might be a big thing that people need to know about.
Absolutely. So let me just make it clear that the way that Scarf operates is we are not a business. We do not really have money to distribute, but what we do have is great networking with the local authorities. Other charities and partnerships, actually, they realise how difficult this is with the energy crisis. They have maybe given us funds and stuff like that. So at the moment, there is financial funds available through Scarf. You can apply for them on the website. Like I said, all information is there on the website. You can apply online. If you're on a prepayment meter, certainly we should be able to help you if you meet the criteria. How that happens is basically you go through an online form. You give us your details and all the details that are required. And if you make the criteria and there is funding left, then we simply text you a text with a code on it that you take to your local pay point or post office, and that may be able to give you the value of a £49 top up. So there is financial help available. The funding is constantly closing and reopening. There is other funds that Scarf is aware of. They're not through us, but we could help you apply for as part of our heat service. And also, if there is other schemes or grants through other people that you can apply for, we could signpost you or refer you to them if we cannot do that for you.
Okay, that's really good to know. I'm sure that'll be quite helpful for a lot of people watching today to know that anyway. So thank you for that.
No problem.
Great. So how can people refer to Scarf? Is it self-referral? Can they just pick up the phone?
Yeah. So I know that there is other partnerships and organisations that know who we are, know what we do. And obviously, if people are making contact with those other places, they may say, do you want to be referred for Scarf? And obviously, they'll come through a portal or emails. If you're looking to self-refer yourself, then we have a website, so scarf.org.uk. You could go on there, as well as a lot of information on the types of schemes and grants and financial support that might be open to you. There'll be a form there that you could fill in tell us the type of help that you're looking for, whether you're looking for a phone call or a home visit. And as soon as somebody could get back to you in regards to that, we will.
That's great. And what I'll do is I'll pop up all the details below in the comment section below, website, phone number, stuff like that people can access and get in touch if need be.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much, Matthew. I think we could sit here all day and talk about this and whatever, but
Sure, yeah.
I think what we've discussed today is giving people a bit of an idea of what is available, what support is out there, and how they can access it. And hopefully that'll be enough for now.
Yeah.
And then maybe there's something we could revisit again later on down the line.
Definitely. I mean, like I said, just to reiterate that if you have any concerns, any questions, energy related, whether it is that you're thinking about upgrading the insulation or the heating system in your property, whether you're thinking about renewable technologies, whether you're looking for financial support, or you've just got questions that you need answered by somebody that is completely impartial. We are not here to make any money out of this.
No.
My job is to try and help you guys out there that are struggling and just want advice. So just get in touch with us. I know that we're busy. We will do our very best to get in touch with everybody that needs support, and we will continue to do that for as long as it takes. And this crisis goes on, and it is a crisis. It's important for people to understand that. And it's important for people to understand that it's also probably not short term either, Claire. This is something that is likely to continue and definitely will for this year. So in October, they're already talking about a further increase in prices of about another 20%. So on top of the 50% or so that we're seeing, you're talking increases of 70%.
Yeah.
People should maybe think ahead of time as well. Maybe if you're not feeling the pinch at the moment, be ahead of the game. Get advice. If there's schemes and grants that could help you now improve your insulation or your heating system, then apply for that now through us. And also, if you are financially struggling, get in touch with Scarf. And if we're able to help you, we will absolutely do that.
Good. Well, that's great. Thank you very much, Matthew. Really appreciate you joining me again today. And we will get any comments and questions to you as they come in.
Thank you very much, Claire.
Okay, Matthew. Thank you. Bye.
Bye now.